Welcome to Yoga with Dora, to today's Yin Yoga practice for the lower back. If you do have any yoga blocks or any pillows, blankets, anything close by, grab them, because for some of the poses, for Yin Yoga we need props. We don't need them, but they make life a little bit easier. So if you do have blocks or bricks, gather them around. Come into a nice, comfortable seated position, or you can come into the constructive rest. So the constructive rest is when you lay down on your back. Actually, we can start in constructive rest. Shimmying the shoulders out, feet bent, and the hands relaxing on the belly. Chin tucked in, close your eyes, and let's arrive to the mat. Notice the sensation as the soles of the feet touch the floor. Notice the leg position, make any adjustment to feel comfortable. Keep the legs parallel. Allow the whole of the spine to release onto the floor. Already this grounding sensation is really, really supportive, really therapeutic for the lower back. Rest the hands on your belly and connect to your breathing. On the inhalation, let the belly rise and expand underneath the hands. And on the exhalation, bring the navel to the spine and feel that your belly slowly releases down. So just stay with this tuning into your breath. Feeling the rising and falling of the hands with the breath. Tension can come in the lower back from stress, especially something changed in our material work, our finances, our livelihood. So when you connect to the constructive rest and deep belly breathing, you can already start to bring in energy there, nourish this stability, this groundedness, feeling supported. Now bring the left hand to the heart center and the right hand still on the belly, and make your intention for today's class. So our class intention is to release any tension from the lower body, on the lower back. But you can add anything here that you wish to. And then relax the hands. We're going to start with our first posture, the half wind releasing pose. So for this one, bringing the right leg and hug the right leg in. With the left leg, you can have the left leg bent if your lower back is really sensitive, or if you feel that you're okay with it, you can extend the left leg out, okay? So check in how you want to come, because we're staying here for 2 minutes. So just allow yourself to feel comfortable. And gently bring the leg towards the chest, or the knee towards the shoulder. Breathe into the pose. It's really beneficial for massaging the internal organs in the body. Creates a really nice little stress relief as we're massaging the right side of the body. And check in if your straight leg is too much, just bend it. Remember the first minute, or when we're holding it for 2 minutes, the first 30 seconds are all about getting comfortable in the pose. And just breathe there. Maybe close your eyes and just enjoy the breath here. Release the lower back to the ground. Make any little adjustments to find this support. Breathe into the base of the spine, the right side of the internal organ, the right side of the body, massaging the internal organs. Just relax. And then slowly release the posture. Stretch the legs out. Maybe have a moment and stretch both legs out. And notice if you feel any difference between the two legs. So only 2 minutes. You can really just release any tension from the leg. A lot of times lower back pain comes from tightness in the hamstrings. And whenever you're ready, we come repeat this on the other side. Excuse me. So the left leg will come in and the right leg can be bent or it can be straight out depending how you're feeling. But remember, you have the first 30 seconds. You can have the block or blanket underneath the head or just have the head on the floor depending how it feels comfortable for you. Maybe close your eyes. And just meditate on your breath in this posture. Soften into the pose. Massaging the left side of the body this time. Checking that the whole of the spine is relaxing on the floor. Chin is tucked in. Lengthening the spine. Artha Apanasana, half wind releasing pose. Wind, the Vata element, air and ether element, the Vata dosha, is when we are really busy in our heads, too much movement, a lot of tension. So when we're coming into the wind releasing pose, we release some of that tension, some of that excess energy that is pent up in the body. So these lower back sequences and release slowly from the pose is also very beneficial if you feel like too much in your head and you want to ground back down. So stretch the left leg out. Just have a observation that hopefully they are equal now. And then bend the legs. Turn to the right side. And with the help of the arms and with the elbow and the arm, come up into a seated position. And we're going to move into a lounge position. You can have your blanket underneath the knee if you wish to, or you can have a block, or you may not need anything. So first we're just going to come into the all fours. And we're going to bring the right leg forward. So when you come into your lounge, just be mindful of the 90 degrees in the knees, nice and soft. And when the hands can be on either side or the inside, more of a lizard pose, or you can even use the blocks here already, either in the higher setting or the lower setting. The lower you will go, the more challenging the posture is. And with the back leg, just have this lovely, lovely stretch in the front of the thigh. Again, 2 minutes in this posture. So make sure that you feel comfortable and you feel a stretch. So if you're coming up onto your blocks, 90 degrees in the knees, feeling the gentle release in the left front of the thigh, the left psoas muscle, and just relaxing here. So you may find that you start in the higher position on the blocks, and then as you relax into the pose, you can go lower. Keep the length in the spine, enjoy the pose. So feel that you're lifting and lengthening, so there is no constriction in the lower back, that you're lifting and lengthening. Nice and supported. Halfway there. Just relax into the pose. Breathe into the point which feels that it needs a little bit more energy. And then slowly come out of the posture. Gently push yourself towards the back leg and free the leg. See if you want to sit back onto your heel for a moment. Maybe if you felt it, if you were down on the hands, you can just interlace the hands and just have a little wrist release here. But if you come on the block, you shouldn't put much pressure on the wrist. You should feel comfortable. My cable is all over the place. Into the posture. Let's do the other side. So this time coming back into the all fours, bringing the left leg forward and taking your time to get comfortable in the position. So the 90 degrees in the front leg is what you want to look out for, and you have a lovely stretch in the back leg. I'm going to actually come up higher because that feels nicer today, and with the lower back release, you really want to be mindful that you're lengthening the spine. So you're not arching the lower back, but you have space. So just breathing into the pose, relaxing into it. You can relax the head, or you can gaze straight ahead, depending on what the story is in your neck. We're only staying 2 minutes in the postures today because I wanted to make sure it's not too long of practice and we have a few postures here. So just 2 minutes, get really, really comfortable in there. Also, they are a little bit more intensive postures. 30 seconds here. Breathing deeply. And then very slowly lift yourself, push into the hands and make your way back. You can sit onto your heel or just cross-legged or just come back to the all fours, and if you feel like a release would be nice in the wrist, do so. Next posture is going to be the dangling, which you have the option to really bend the knee or use the blocks. So we're going to come into the forward fold. That from a lengthened spine, when we're coming forward, think about the top of the head reaching away from the sit bone and coming down and bending the knees, and you resting the chest on the knees, so you can have the blocks quite high, even the highest, and you just dangle here. So make sure that there is space in the lower back. We want to release it. If you want, you can come into the straight leg, interlacing the hands and just dangling here, okay? 2 minutes. So just find your comfortable pose. Feel that stretch in the lower back. Relax in here. See if you want to bend the knees and put the blocks on the knees. And if you're just dangling, bring the weight a little bit more towards the toes. And allow the spine to really lengthen here, taking the helping hand from gravity. Top of the head reaches away from the sit bone. There's space in the lower back as you're folding in the hips, halfway there. So if this pose doesn't feel comfortable, or you don't want to be upside down, you can really be that you're up onto the block, you're relaxing the elbows on it, and you don't let the head dangle down, but you lengthening the spine here. If this, having your head down, either if you have blood pressure issues or you had any kind of eye problems, glaucoma, then don't do the dangling, just come up here. Otherwise, inverse poses when the head is lower than the heart are very, very beneficial. So just relaxing in here, dangling away, letting the shoulders come away from the ears. Almost there. Finding that space. Okay, so coming into our squatting position, opening the legs wide. And if your knees are uncomfortable, squatting is uncomfortable for you, then come up on really high blocks. Make sure they are secure, that they can take your weight, and just sit down onto your blocks. So these are not the best, that the bricks are better, or putting lots on top of each other like that. So make sure that you're safe, and just come into lengthening the spine, opening the hips, relaxing here. Or you can go with the lower setting, so that's a little bit more stable. Or if you can, come down. Maybe if your heels are lifted, you can have the blocks underneath the heels as well. So you got loads of options. Oopsie. Make sure you're safe. Find your comfortable position, because we're gonna be here for 2 minutes as usual. So just wiggle around and just relax. If you are in this position and your hands are free, you're not holding on to your blocks, bring the palms together and gently push the knees away and just relax in here. Or you can relax the hands onto the floor and just let the head relax as well. So in yin postures, because we stay here for longer, you can have more of like a surrender feeling in the pose. Make sure you invite the breath if you are feeling the posture a little bit deeper. But find the pose which is right for you. There is a modification which is your modification today. We are halfway there. The squatting position is very, very good for releasing in the hips, activating the downward and outward energy flow. Letting go of any tension that is held in the sacrum and in the pelvic bowl. Anything that may be creating a blockage in the lower back. But I understand that this is not a posture that is very easy for a lot of us, so just build into it slowly. Sit on as high as you can, so just you come a little bit lower, and we'll practice. You will get there. And then slowly come out, sit back behind, and we're gonna come back into the wind releasing pose, that what we have started with, but this time we're going to have both legs hugging in. So come down onto the floor, and this time hug both legs in, hug the knees into the chest, and we're going to be staying here for 2 minutes. So don't worry, this is the wind releasing pose. If any kind of wind is released, that's the purpose as well. So just shimmy the shoulder blades out, chin tucked in, and just relax into the pose. Feel the whole of the spine on the mat, relaxing into it. Hugging that knee in. Feeling the grounding and sensation as the whole of your spine is on the mat. Connecting to the earth element, the grounding, supporting element. And as you hug the knees in, so you can have the legs a little bit further away, or just find a comfortable position. You can even put a belt and a scarf around if it's too much for the arms. Find a position that feels right. And just breathe into it, keeping your focus on your posture and your breath. No matter what is happening around you. I know practicing at home can be quite challenging because we have the disruption. Slowly coming out of the posture, relaxing the legs out. If you want, you can extend the legs out. So practicing at home is actually even more of a yoga, because they say meditating in the Himalayas in the cave, it's quite easy because you don't have any disturbances, and going to a yoga class, switching your phone off and just being there, it's one step less than a cave, but more of a secure environment. And when you're practicing at home, you get all these disturbances, but learning to come back to the pose, it's doable. So coming into our next posture, the supported bridge pose. Again, we can use our blocks. So the bridge pose is the one when the soles of the feet are on the floor, legs are parallel, legs are nice and comfortable. So play around how close your heels are to the body. Generally we need to touch with the middle finger the heels, but whatever feels comfortable for your knees. And then we're going to tuck the tailbone under and come up, and we put one block under, so we're supporting this bridge, and maybe we lift the pelvis up again and put another block in. Okay, so remember 2 minutes. So find a position that feels right for you. I must admit, I hope I can get, it's one of my favorite postures. Feel the lower back gently rolling down, supported on so the sacrum is supported, soles of the feet rooting down, knees are parallel, belly is nice and soft, and you have this opening in the chest. Palms can face upward or downward, chin tucked in. And I hope that you don't hear all that commotion that is going on in our house. So this is what I mean, that with practice you can just come back to the breath, and if anything takes your attention away, you notice, and then you come back, and then you just listen to the flow of the breath, and as soon as you maybe close your eyes and give your attention there, you can sort of let the outside world fall behind, and you're present in the sensations in your physical body, sensations in the mind, and just relaxing into the pose. Supported bridge pose, just gently feel the lower back lengthening here. Be mindful of 1 or 2 blocks. What is your perfect height, or just a pillow? And breathe. And all through this class, really connect with your lower back. So breathe into the lower back. To come out, gently lift the pelvis. Take 1 block out if you were on 2. Then release down. Whenever you're ready, lift the pelvis again and take the other block down, other block out, and arrive back to the floor. If you want, you can bring the knees in and rock yourself side to side and come into a nice little rocking the pelvis. And we're coming into a lovely, lovely twist before the relaxation. Again, you can have your blocks. So we're going to twist to the right first. You can have your blocks by the side. Hands come into either a T position or just like 45 degrees. I like to lift the pelvis and drop the hips out a little bit to the left, and then move in to the twist, and keep the legs aligned. You can even put the block in between the legs. See if you need them. Need the blocks underneath, and just relax into the pose. Close your eyes, and maybe if you're comfortable, turn your head the opposite direction. So just really nice and easy, allowing yourself to softening in there, softening in there. If your neck is sensitive, you can keep your gaze towards the ceiling or your chin towards the ceiling, but the eyes closed. And just settle into your pose. Recline twist. Releasing the lower back. Breathe into that spot. And if you feel that it's too much, come back a little bit. Put a little bit of support underneath the knees. Direct the breath there with each inhalation, filling up, nourishing, caressing the lower back area, the sacrum, lower back, just relaxing into it. Very slowly come out. If you had your head turned, then bring the head back first, and then the legs. And whenever you're ready, make your way to the other side. Just relaxing into the pose, rolling the shoulders back. Find the stability. Again, when you went into the twist, just hips drop out to the right a little bit and then twisting to the left. Close your eyes if you wish to. Twists are very calming, relaxing. Make any adjustments to feel comfortable. Remember 2 minutes in the pose, so you really don't want to come into the position that creates tension. Our intention is to release, to soften, to just make the body more supple. Making sure that your position is the one that is right for you today, and breathing into there. And then slowly come out, bring the head back to the center, leg back to the center. And when you come back, just one more time, bring the knees in and rock from side to side, ready for your relaxation. And just stretch the legs out, arms at a comfortable place, palms facing upwards. You can put, when your lower back is sensitive, one little trick is you can either put blocks or bolsters or blankets underneath the knees, and that will create a little bit of a tuck in the pelvis, and voila, your lower back feels nice and relaxed. So just allow yourself to settle here in your Shavasana, letting the legs drop out about hip distance apart. Arms at a comfortable distance, palms facing upwards. Chin slightly tucked in, head is nice and even. And just relax here. Allow the right leg to relax. Allow the left leg to relax. Allow the right arm to relax. Allow the left arm to relax. Relax the sacrum. Allow the lower back to relax on the mat. Allow the middle back to relax. Allow the upper back to relax. Let the whole of the pelvic bowl relax. The abdominal region relaxes. Let the whole of the chest relax. The throat and the neck relaxes. Soften the face. Allow the whole of the head to relax. The breath will become soft, subtle, silent, with an even rhythm, elongated, deep, beautiful, soft, cleansing breath. Stay here in your Shavasana, and I'm going to chant the Om mantra 3 times. We generally chant the Om mantra at the beginning of the class. And now just let the sound of the universe vibrate through you in your Shavasana. Let the sound vibrate through every single cell in the body. Releasing, letting go of whatever doesn't serve you within each exhalation, and filling you up, nourishing you, energizing you with every single inhalation. The mantra Om cleanses, nourishes, elevates us, raises the vibration of every single cell. Now, if you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, but as always, you're more than welcome to stay here and just switch off the recording. But if you're ready to come out, bring gentle movement into the fingers and the toes, ankles and the wrists. Maybe bending the knees already. And turning to the right side into the fetal position. Taking your time there. Hopefully if you're feeling really nice and relaxed, so go slowly. And then with the help of the hand and the elbow, come up into a seated position, bring the palms together, thumbs into the heart center, and just take a moment to reflect on your practice. Activate the core here, lengthen the spine to keep the lower back supported. And just bow your head to the heart. Big thank you to yourself to stepping onto the mat today. Rub the palms together, create heat between the palms, and then cover the eyes. Whenever you're ready, open up the eyes in the comfort of the palms. And then separate the fingers with a lovely, lovely massage. If you have the warm still, you can massage a little bit the lower back as well, a little bit caressing. And thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.